We're live already, eh? Yeah, we're already live, Eric.
Have an awesome live stream prepared for you guys. I have my boy Kyle's Fookin chickens here. Tell him what's up, Kyle. How you're doing? Uh,
I'm doing,
Tell him what's
yeah,
up.
man. Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me tonight. This is kind of an impromptu thing. Ray talked to me earlier today and asked me if I would come on, and I said, hell yeah, let's chat trailer and let's chat with all of you folks. And we only get 2 trailer drops, and there's not too much time before the season starts, so I'm down to chat some Thrones, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I so much has come out recently, and it's just crazy to me that they just like dropped everything all at once. We got that GIF, that Night King GIF. I haven't been able to talk about that. And we just got like images, promos, and stuff. Like to me, it's crazy how they just dropped like 4 days of content on us all of a sudden. Like how do you think they did when it came to dropping stuff?
I mean, well, first of all, we've been waiting a lot longer than usual, right? I mean, what we usually have the premiere around between April 12th and April 24th, so we're waiting an extra what? It's almost June now. We waited an extra month just to even see a trailer. So yeah, I'm all for it all dropping at once, man. I mean, you guys know me. I want to cover as much content as possible. Like you said earlier, before we were going on live, the House Stark Entertainment Weekly photos were awesome. There's some revealing stuff in there. There's a little snippet in the Night's King's pupil during the animated poster. Pardon me. So yeah, there's a ton of good stuff going on. Sorry guys, I'm just shutting off my phone. It's blowing up for some reason. But yeah, it's like ding 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 ding. I'm going to a party later. But yeah, so I'm super happy, man, because for me, I want Game of Thrones right now. Like we should already be watching it and doing live discussions, right? 10 episodes, whatever. However, I'll take what I can fucking get, man. Give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. I'll take whatever I can get.
Nah, yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, when you really just look at it and you look at the way things have shaped out, last year we already had like 3 episodes in, maybe four or something. So that we still haven't gotten one is still crazy to me. But like you said, you did mention about the Night King's pupil. I did not do a video on that. What do you think was in the pupil? Because I did see, I think it was Gray Area on Twitter. She tweeted something out like an image, and it was like Jon Snow. That's the only one I saw.
Yeah. Well, if you zoom in and you change the brightness, if you like screen cap it and whatnot, you can kind of really zoom in and you can tell that for one, you can definitely tell the first image is Jon Snow, but it's Jon and Daenerys. I think it's Jon, Daenerys, and Cersei, but I could be wrong. um yeah, it's the Night's King. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of what's going on with Lord of the Rings when Sauron is focusing his eye on Frodo, kind of deal. It's like ching ching. That's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of a play on that,
Like
but an animated poster.
with me, it's interesting, right? Because like I said, because I've been crazy working recently, but
Hmm.
like I haven't had enough time to cover like those beginning things before the trailer. And I know that you guys did like crazy videos on it, talking about it. You guys even had a live stream on it. But I'm just curious, like, what do you think it means? Do you think it means that he has his eye on Jon Snow? Do you think that he will see Jon Snow? Because if you recall the one about the House Sigils fighting, when I think it's in that one and they zoom out, or is it in the other one? I don't remember. You
No, no,
see the
that's the
wolf.
first one. No, there's the first one. There's the dragon, and then there's like the stag, and then there's the vines wrapping around all of the, like the Tyrell vines are wrapping around it, and then obviously we zoom in on the eye of, assuming the Night King. Some people thought it was well, now the Long Walk Trail has the eye of a giant, but there's two different eyes, right? So some people think that it was, the Night King. This is the theme, right? We just got the trailer. The Great War is coming. I just actually dropped the video 15 minutes about the great. I'm doing like a 5-part series on it, of like prophecy and the Night King and shit like that. But yeah, I think basically what it means is that finally the White Walkers' motivations will become clearer sooner than later. We're going to get more on that from probably Bran, but the Night King is really starting to move forward, and he has his eyes set on the three kings and queens that are in Westeros because he wants to end that. Essentially, he's going to try to break the wheel.
Yeah, I mean,
Like for real, he's bringing the storm. So
I've heard previously people say that maybe not Jon Snow and Daenerys are on opposite ends, but maybe it's the Night King and Daenerys. I've heard stuff like that. But
Rayz in the chat, they're saying that you need to pop up your mic here. I'll turn down mine just a little bit, but we can barely hear yours, Ray, and they can mine my mic is pretty loud, I guess. So we'll just turn up your mic just to make sure we're good. Because people are saying they're not hearing you.
yeah, because for some reason this mic, I don't know, it's very low. I probably might have to.
Is that better, guys? Did I fix it? Okay, it's better now.
All right. So
Probably because my mic drains like it's a really good mic. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. What you call it? The way I see it, or at least the way I thought about it was that maybe it's that the Night King will see the wall, he'll get to the wall, and then he'll see Jon Snow again. That's what I thought maybe, like, because I mean, it's
I think even before that, Ray, because if we're like I guess you can't do plot leaks because you're not really into that, but
yeah,
I think that might happen.
I know some plot leaks. I don't want to talk about it because I'm trying not to because I know some people don't do the whole spoiler thing, but it's crazy. Like watching the trailer, not going into specifics with which scenes, but I saw the trailer and I was like, God damn it! Why did I read that stupid plot leak that I thought was fake at the moment? And so many things ended up being real in that plot leak. Before we continue, though, I want to say something. Sorry, guys, if I'm not going into the chat. The thing is that the way it's set up, if I go into the chat,
it's okay. I'm watching the chat.
Up. Yeah, so I have some sworn swords in there, I guess, and I hope they some.
No, we're good, man.
Yeah, so basically, I wanted to go into this Entertainment Weekly thing, right? Because this Entertainment Weekly pictures, these promotional pictures that they released. At first, I didn't think that they had a lot. Maybe some costumes or some outfits for the upcoming season. But surprisingly, we did get something kind of huge. I'm not sure. Do you think that it was huge what we got? Because
yeah, it's huge. It's massive.
Yeah, like it's. I think it's a big deal. So let's go into this. So for the Entertainment Weekly photos that we got, or the images that were released, we got some, like I said, some outfits and whatnot, shit that we already seen. But then we got this Arya with the cat's paw dagger, and it's crazy. You can see it here, like at her hip, and it's freaking crazy to me because I actually looked at it. I was like, oh, that's weird. That doesn't look like Needle. But I just did not think about freaking the cat's paw dagger for some reason. And Big E, he's in the chat. He wrote me on Twitter and he was like, yo, look, this is the cat's paw. And I'm like, oh shit, it is. I was like, what the hell? And then I was like eager to get home to make a video, and then I released it the next day. So it was just crazy, man.
Yeah, I think a bunch of us did yesterday, man. I saw you and Talking Thrones release them as I was editing my video. I didn't get a chance to watch them because I'm so far behind on videos. But yeah, man, yeah, I think it's huge, Ray.
I mean, when you look at some of these photos, like I just see Arya in particular. Just to me now, that's like the only thing I'm focusing on. Yeah, we see she has Needle in this photo, but then when you look at the dagger, it's like her elbow is always moving her cloak a little bit to the side, and then we see like Bran here. To me, this means that he's basically getting into the wall. What do you think about Bran?
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, well, look at his furs, man. That's House Stark royalty furs right there. We saw Jon up his game when he returned to Winterfell from the Wall and reunited with Sansa, and he's looking more like a king. And I'm assuming Bran he will tell Dolorous Ed that he's Bran Stark and Dolorous is Jon's probably best friend other than Samwell Tarly and maybe a couple of other people. So I think that Bran has to pass the wall. Benjen said it, and we all know that he has to. Get to Winterfell. He's got to view something at the Heart Tree in Winterfell, man. That's I think the big thing for him in the season. And obviously he has information on Jon's lineage. So
it's interesting with Bran, right? Because we didn't even get him in the trailer. since we're gonna talk about the trailer, but let's just talk about this right now. We didn't get Bran in the trailer, so it's interesting too. Like that
We didn't get a lot of people in the trailer.
we
We
didn't
didn't get
get White
Sandor.
Walkers.
We didn't get White Walkers. We didn't get Bran, Sandor. We didn't get Samuel Tarly. We were missing quite a few. Well, we got Euron on Silence, I guess.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
yeah,
So those are some big ones.
I mean, like when you look at it, to me, it's interesting that we didn't get Bran, White Walkers, Euron, or it depends because I did see a video earlier, and me recently I really have tried to stay away from other people's videos. Like there's only like some videos that I watch like that, but I love this YouTuber Outshift X. Like he released a video earlier, and I did not look at you see the scene where Cersei is talking with where Cersei is like she's receiving someone, it looks like, and Jaime's next to her. There's this like if you zoom in on it, there is a possibility that Euron might be in that. So we maybe did get Euron. You know what I mean?
I think that I was talking to my buddy George, and someone else mentioned it in a video. Game of Theories. If you know Hex or Next from Game of Theories, he mentioned it in his video. I got a chance to check his out. But yeah, he mentioned that it's Euron, and he like brightened up the picture, and he like zoomed in on like after where the kind of like lantern and candle is. So it looks like it's Euron, and that would make sense. Like, I mean, why Jaime looks upset, but why would Cersei be upset, right?
Yeah, because Cersei looks. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that because I have like all the video and everything set up for it. But you know what? Let's get to the trailer. Let's get to the trailer because the trailer. Look, we just started talking a little bit about it, and we just started digging in on it, and I love that. So let's dig into this trailer first, and then when we get to it, I guess we'll talk about it a little bit more. But let's wait. Let's talk about what everybody has been waiting for since like the first season. Let's go to Daenerys in Westeros. So, guys, I'm gonna show you a little clip right here, and we'll basically be talking over it. So, don't worry, we're here. Now, in my video, I said this, Kyle. I found that this was interesting because I found that it kind of reminded me of the whole like Cubans, like when you see like when they hit like America and they touch like the soil. I feel like that's kind of what it reminded me of. I don't know if I'm like maybe stretching, but I feel like she's like, yeah, I finally landed, and she's like, this is mine. I'm part of this. What did you think from this?
This is a lot like King Henry when he landed in England, man. And Daenerys lived in exile, and her story is very similar to that. He reunited England. Well, he basically conquered, right? So, but yeah, that's what it kind of reminded me of. And that's based off the War of the Roses, which is a big influence in the Song of Ice and Fire and the Game of Thrones. But yeah, man, I thought that was a cool moment. I mean, Daenerys, the whole Aegon the Conqueror thing, basically. These characters that we have within the story that are kind of these characters that are reborn, and Daenerys is definitely, I think, Aegon the Conqueror reborn in that sense. We got the new picture of her on Drogon, but her landing on Dragonstone, that's the ancient seat of her family's house. So yeah, man, when they left Valyria and they took their remaining dragons or whatever they had left, when Daenerys the Dreamer, they actually left Valyria, I believe 15 years before the Doom. The last remaining Targaryens that are still here from that. So yeah, I think it's huge, man. It's awesome. She's not quite in Westeros yet, though, but it did have that feel that she's here.
She's at the doorstep. She's like at the door. But to me, it was also interesting, the dragon. As soon as I saw that, I was like, God, I want to see some of these castles. Like, I really, really, really want to see Dragonstone, Casterly Rock. I don't know, man. I really want to see some of these castles. And especially like when you see the little dragon, like right next to the door, like the gate when it's opening. To me, that looks awesome. And I did see some of the behind-the-scene photos that they were leaking of Dragonstone, and it looks dope. Like, I don't know. It looks like it's going to be awesome.
It's in Spain, and there's this area called Gaztelugatzi, and it's beautiful, man. There's this almost looks, it's like this windy bridge, and it's like right on the sea. It's super, super narrow. and it's a great tourist attraction in Spain. For anybody that hasn't checked it out, it's called Gatzelugazzi, GATZEXU. Anyways, it's super hard to spell. I'm not gonna.
He's like, oh yeah, whatever.
That's what it is. And by the way, we have 55 people watching. I only see 26 likes. Smash that like button.
Yeah, we have that many people watching. I'm telling you, I'm sorry guys. I'm not in the.
It's all good. I'm watching the chat too. But yeah, Gas Lugosi, and it's a beautiful location. Like when the dragon is flying over and Tyrion's like enamored with what's going on. That shot was one of the most beautiful shots in the trailer. And then we obviously have Melisandre later. We'll talk about that, but she's looking over it and it's like the shores. It looks very exotic because of the way the stones are structured and whatnot, like how they are eroded. It looks very like sharp, almost like a dragon spine or like dragon glass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That'll be interesting too, because do you think they're gonna like add or make it look like there's dragon glass coming out of everywhere or something like that molten rock type shit? Like I don't know, man. I'm telling you, like I was so surprised when we saw Bear Island. I was just like enamored with how it looked, and even though it was digital, you know what I mean? I'm really curious to see how they adapt this castle to look like Dragonstone. It looks like it's gonna be dope.
Well, yeah, we've seen it before, but not to this level, right? Because we saw it like when was the last time? Was it season 3? Yeah, it must have been season 3 because Stannis arrived season 4, episode 10 when they ended up taking out the wildlings. So that's the last time we saw it, and yeah, man, it looks so much different. And the cliffs are amazing, and just like how fertile the land looks. Like it could be, like almost looks like volcanic, like a volcanic island almost. You know what I mean? Which is funny because that's how Valyria was destroyed. So it has that kind of vibe.
What you call it? I just loved that clip with Tyrion, because I'm like, is this on Dragonstone? Because it looks like very earthy for what I thought Dragonstone would be. Because from the disdain that Stannis has of Dragonstone, you just think that like it's like maybe the worst place on Earth. If Disney's the happiest, Stannis makes it sound like it's the worst thing ever.
Yes, you know what? I'm gonna go out and say it, and a lot of people aren't gonna like me for this, but Stannis Baratheon was a bitch.
Yeah, me too. I feel like he had. I don't feel like he was a full on bitch, but I think that he had bitchy tendencies. Like
he was honestly insecure, and a lot of people don't want to see it because of what he accomplished, but he really was. And to have to burn your daughter.
I feel like the whole Ned thing. He had this middle brother thing. Like Robert loved Ned more than him.
Yeah, he had this complex, right? Because of what was weird. His family.
I mean, I personally, Stannis wasn't my favorite. I found him oddly funny from like how awkward he is socially around other characters. But to me, it's always been a bit crazy.
and actually, I thought the actor did a fairly good job.
I think, and I'm not
in the show, but yeah, Dan and Dave did kind of structure it in a way that like made it not enjoyable for the book readers.
I mean, I think he had issues too with the show after everything went down, right?
Yeah, I mean, and the chats watch is coming to effect here. Apparently, we had someone impersonating Tony Teflon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't worry, don't pay. We can't pay mine to people with poor, sad lives, I guess. I mean, Tony Teflon is a friend of the channel and everything.
But people are saying that they still can't hear you, Rayz. You want to turn up your mic?
The thing is that I am basically kind of capped with my audio. So yeah, it's the way that everything is set up. I'll put it closer to me.
Is this better, guys? If I turn mine down, can you guys hear Rayz better?
I could control yours here. I just turned it back up earlier, so now we'll probably be a bit. Let me see. All right, so I think there we should be even.
Some people are saying that they hear you just fine. Okay, I guess I'm confused. Sorry, guys. Just want to make sure that you guys are all hearing. Okay, you're good now.
All right,
we're good.
All right. So basically, now that Daenerys is in Westeros, we know that this puts in motion a lot of things that a lot of book readers and show watchers alike have been waiting for a very, very long time. But the way that this trailer opens up, it's very interesting because to me, the way, I'm not sure if it's how you saw it, but the way I saw it, it looked like they opened with Cersei, went to Daenerys, then they went to Jon, and then they sprinkled everybody in towards the end. How did you see it? Like, because
Yeah.
I cut this trailer up to little pieces for this today, so that's the way I kind of noticed it. What did you think about it? Like the way that they ordered and structured everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought the opening was the best part, like how Cersei was describing of how all in all four directions she was getting surrounded by her enemies. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's the vibe they were trying to get. There's two queens and one king that's left, and then we have Jon insinuate that there's another king that's coming, and he's the real problem.
Like I
So,
found this interesting, this clip here when when she says enemies to the east. That's right away when she starts off, and then we see Grey Worm like in this photo right here. And to
mhm.
me, it was just so interesting that you know she I don't know it started off with the east because to me I think to her Danny is the biggest threat because we all know that she's
Yeah,
not
well, they're on
making
Dragonstone, right? She must know that they're on Dragonstone at that point.
she must know that
Uh,
they're not making peace.
and the thing is, too, is if you look at how they're standing, Jamie is actually standing in the sea where Dragonstone would be. There's Shipbreaker Bay and whatnot, and then there's like Dragonstone right off to the side, and there's the fingers. But Jamie was standing right where Dragonstone would be, and then Cersei's right on the neck. So it's like that's pretty interesting. I thought I'm actually doing a video just on that specific piece there because I feel like there's foreshadowing there as well. Like even when we panned a Grey Worm and whatnot, there's still foreshadowing of what's going on with the map.
I mean, it is interesting because I cut each scene so we could talk about them individually a bit. That was the enemies to the east, right? But then she says enemies to the west in this scene right here that we're looking at, and then we see Duskendale, and I don't know. We see the silence, I guess, but how long do you think Euron and Cersei will be enemies, if they will be at all?
Oh man, I think they're gonna meet in like the first 30 minutes of episode one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Nikolai Coster-Waldau did an interview recently, and they were talking about the pacing of season 7, and they're saying that they were like fitting whole seasons into one episode almost. Like that's how grindy it felt. And the first episode is like 58 minutes or 59 minutes. They confirmed it today, so it's
Oh
going to
yeah,
be a big
I
one.
saw that.
The
That was
last one was 50 minutes. Now, give or take, we're going to have like a 2-minute recap, but actually, it's going to be an hour long, and that's the longest. Is that the longest premiere we've had
I
yet? I
think
don't know.
I think I saw
Episode
it was
one
the
could be
third.
bigger.
The third, I think it was third longest. The other one I think was like an hour, and the other one was like something.
The one where Stannis, Watchers on the Wall. I think that's no. Is it the episode after that
I
one?
love that episode. That has to be maybe
That's
one of
the children is I think the longest episode in the series.
that
61. Yeah, that's the one.
that episode. Watchers on the Wall to me is one of my favorite episodes. I just love it. It starts to end, and it's like a freaking movie. The whole thing. I was so mad that I wasn't able to go to the theater and see that because I remember they screened I think the last 2 episodes right before season 5. But that episode to
They
me
should
was
they should show every episode of season 7 and season 8 in the theaters. I'd go see everyone.
I would too. I honestly believe
Make it fun for Sundays. Get your friends together, go grab a bite to eat, and go like. There's all these like jacked up movie theaters now. Well, I'm not in Ottawa anymore, but they have like these special movie theaters where you can have like dinner and drinks and stuff like that. Man, we don't have that here, but hell, man, just go with a couple of friends. Imagine going to see it with like 2 or 3 of your friends, being like just geeking out and seeing Game of Thrones every single episode on the live stream. Man, I don't know why they haven't done this, dude. I guess because more TV shows would try to do it, and it would be difficult to try to get the rights and stuff, and all this and that. But I don't know, man. I'd be so down for that.
I mean, I was told to go to one of those movie theaters, but I could just imagine seeing Game of Thrones. Like, it's funny. I have a 55-inch TV, and I have I don't even know how to describe it. I have this big complex. And I want a bigger
Here's
TV.
mine. Here's mine. Can you see? It's mounted on the.
Yeah,
On
I have
the
mine's mounted too.
Yeah, we got the swivel. Got the swivel.
Now, yeah, but like, yo, I love to see it there, but guess what? I like to see it on my cousin's 65-inch more. So if I could see it in a freaking movie theater, I would love to do that. And the crazy thing is, George R. R. Martin has a movie theater. I'm surprised he probably doesn't air that all year long, like Game of Thrones on it. But I mean, I'm telling you, man, I would love that. All 10 episodes, you could go like and watch maybe 2 at a time or something like that with an intermission in between.
Yo, look at what I was watching earlier, man. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see the screen right now? What was I watching
No,
earlier,
I
man?
can't. What is that? HBO Go?
Oh yeah. No. It's called Blue Sky. But like, anyways, Winds of Winter. I watched Winds of Winter and the Battle of the Bastards earlier.
I mean,
Let's see.
I've watched almost every episode except from like episode 5 through 7 of season 6. I kind of stopped watching them. Like, I don't know why it slowed down for me. You know what I mean? Oh, I got a donation.
Oh shit, dude! What do we got? We got a donation. I can't see.
Thank you, Marie Hill. I think it is. Thank you so much. Oh my god, that helps the channel hell a lot. I mean, I'm planning. I was telling I think Kyle earlier before we started. I want to buy a mic for my other camera, my Super HD camera, so that I could start like during the season. During the season, I want to start recording myself reacting to it. So thank you, Marie. That's going to that. I'm going to. Oh my god, that's so helpful. Thank you so much.
And it has an A for Australian, which is awesome. I've never seen that one.
It has an A for Australia.
Yeah, I've gotten UK, US, and Canadians. Actually, I've got European too. Well, the Euro. But yeah, that's awesome.
What you call it?
Marie, everybody spam those hands in the chat.
Yeah, thank you so much, Marie. What you call it? I want to buy that mic because for some reason I struggle in audio. That's my thing. Like that's what I need to improve. So I'm gonna be working on that. And thank you so much, Marie, for that. But back to the topic of Euron. What do you expect for Euron? Let's not go spoiler because I know that you know things. You're like Tyrion.
Yeah,
you know things.
I've read them all in depth, man.
I know. So let's go. Let's go. What would I call it? Let's go PG-13 on them. What do you think, or what should we expect from Euron?
Well, he's pretty pissed off at his niece and nephew.
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay, well that's. But I think that we can expect that he's going to try to make an alliance with someone for sure. He's definitely going to have more ships. Did he build 1,000 ships? Absolutely not. But will he acquire more? I think so. Why would they have him in the season if there isn't going to be some sort of huge naval battle? No point in having Euron in the season if they're not going to do that. So I think that we can expect. Actually, I was talking in a more recent video a month ago about third act villains. How the first act was like Joffrey and Tywin, and then the second act was like Ramsay Bolton and Roose kind of, and now like the third act we have Cersei and Euron before we get to the Night King, and he's kind of like the final boss. I think that Euron's going to be that, other than Cersei this season. I think that's what's going to be up because the Night King is season 8. Everything's focusing on him. In my opinion.
It's funny, and you guys can let me know in the chat about you personally or in the comment section, depending on where you're watching this. But you want to see somebody motivated as all hell, get them mad. Like, I could imagine that Euron is so freaking motivated to kill Theon and Yara that it's not even going to be funny. He's going to be scary. And I think that maybe the producers heard that a lot of people did not like Euron initially. Like last season, a lot of people didn't. I heard some people who did. But I just think that he's going to take that next step this season, and he's going to turn crazy.
I think if they read the Forsaken chapter, if we get
that's creepy.
50, if we get 50% of that in the show, my God, he makes Ramsay look like a puppy dog, man. Seriously.
I mean, in the Forsaken chapter, if I recall correctly, he has Aaron Damphair like tied up. I'm not sure if they're on drugs. All I remember is like God.
No, he's fed him Shade of the Evening like 7 different times, and he actually has a warlock with his legs cut off, and he's hanging by like hooks and stuff. And the warlock is saying pre, like Piat Pre
from House of the Undying, right?
Yeah, and he's repeating his name over and over. But Euron's got a bunch of different priests tied to them, like a mast of his ship, I believe. Stuff, right? Yeah. And then Thalia Flowers, who he impregnated, she's a salt wife. He cuts her tongue out at the end, and he puts her on the prow of the ship with Aaron Damphair. Like, she's carrying your child, man. Like, dude, for George R. For Germ, I want to say Germ. I like to call him Germ the worm, because he's fucking slithery and hasn't give us our book yet, bastard. Man, that chapter was just like, I don't know if you guys have ever read H.P. Lovecraft, but the creep was in that for sure.
I mean, it's crazy to me that they that anybody could and possibly may surpass Ramsey Bolton on the show. Though. Like when you see him and then you hear what Euron did, what you just said, that's up there. So I wonder how far they're going to take him in the upcoming season. Like I just hope that they do it right. Because everybody knows everybody's beloved Sand Snakes.
Well, is he going to be like a one note kind of thing? Like, is he going to die? And here's a prediction for everyone. Or here's a question for everyone: is he going to die in season 7, or does he survive? Because here's a question I have. Okay, so does Cersei stay in King's Landing like Mad King Aerys and lock herself away from everyone? Like, and because she's not going to help out in the War for Dawn, she's not fighting in that.
Yes.
Are we going to have a battle on two fronts, right? Maybe at some point, the North is compromised and they have to leave, and then the White Walkers make it all the way to King's Landing, and then eventually Cersei has to give up the ghost and then like whatever. But what if there's kind of like a battle on two fronts, King's Landing and the White Walkers? I could see a scenario where there's like a small group of people that go take care of Cersei because they need to get in the city to get wildfire and stuff like that. Because I mean, man, maybe wildfire, maybe you know they lure the White Walkers in there, and Jaime like sacrifices himself or something. This is crazy tinfoil, but
No,
if Jaime,
that sounds
you know what I mean? Maybe it's that bad, or to the point where like Jon Snow or Jaime, like Jaime specifically, sacrifices himself with the Red Keep, and that's why the Red Keep is part of it's destroyed because wildfire. They have to kill all these whites because there's so many of them. So I think that's an interesting scenario. It's like, okay, is Euron going to be part of that? Like with Cersei, kind of. As are there still going to be human villains in season 8? Because it's essentially man against man. Because the White Walkers were man, right? But now they're kind of not. So it's more magical.
I mean, I for one, the whole wildfire thing, I do believe that it will come into play, especially the one in King's Landing, because we know that there is more wildfire in King's Landing. I'm just very curious as to see how are they planning on using it. Are they just going to be like, okay, this might not work on the Night King, or do they even know that? Because Jon did see that when the White Walker walked through the flames, you know, it kind of, I'm not sure if he noticed it, you know what I mean? Because he probably was shitting bricks at the moment, but you know, he walked through it and it kind of, you know, and then we saw that at the cave the same. I'm not sure if they're going to go into it expecting to kill the whites with the wildfire. But if some of the leaks or whatever are true, they might be able to find it out and test it out. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But all right, you want to say anything?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think for the story to really mean something in the end, because Daenerys looked OP. Let's be honest, man. Yeah. I mean, through the trailer, like, do we see how big Drogon is in that picture, man? He's Balerion the Black Dread size big.
Yeah,
and the Lannister army is going to get
big.
Dude,
big.
So check this out. For the story to actually mean something, things are going to have to get so bad to the point where we think they're actually going to lose. For us to be like, wow, like we've lost so many of our favorite characters. Like Sandor's gone, or you know, maybe we'll lose another Stark. We're going to lose all these characters we care about, like Braun, Jaime's done, like. So many people are going to be gone, man. And for it to really feel like in the end, because George is still a classical storyteller, okay? We're going to have not a happy ending, but we're going to get a happy ending for some people. It's going to happen.
I mean, it'll be, I think that the winners at the end of it all will be the common folk. Like
Cripples, Bastards, and Broken Things, man. Theon, Brienne, Samwell, Jon Snow, those Tyrion, those kinds of people that were like, had to deal with this adversity their whole lives.
I've just felt since the very beginning, since I saw that Drogon was going to be bigger than the other two dragons, I've only felt that he has to die. Like he has to die. Everybody says like, oh no, it might be in the end, yeah. Like I'm not sure even if in the end. I think he has to die before the other two dragons. And that's where the whole ice dragon comes in and shit. Because
I disagree with that.
Or even the white dragon. This is why I think that though, because when you look at it, you said it yourself. Daenerys is super, super, super overpowered. Like, if Daenerys wanted to, she could conquer the whole Seven Kingdoms by herself. Aegon did it. She could do it. You know what I mean? In my opinion, if she really wanted to do that, she could conquer
Yeah.
everybody. But
Hmm.
I just don't. I just don't think that against the White Walkers. Okay, you have a bunch of whites and like the field of fire on the whites, and then what? You have 100 White Walkers. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, they're burned. I don't because the White Walkers haven't passed the wall at that point, man. So I don't think we have to worry about that specifically in that moment. But I see what you're getting at. But man, honestly, I think that Drogon has to be the last one left, and I actually think all the dragons will be dead before there's a 1v1 battle with Jon and the Night King. And I think Bran will have to be involved in order for Jon to win because I think that's the Night King. If he's a green seer in a warg, like he can just keep on reanimating people, right? He can just be like, yeah, sure, come at me. I'll just revive 10 people. You got to get through these 10 people to get to me.
But before we continue on that, let's just go to this because we are going to get to that. You know, I have all these videos. Let's go through the Cersei thing first. But then in this clip, she says that her enemy's in the south, and to me, this is interesting because they don't show anybody. They just show somebody like cleaning a sword or some blade or putting poison on it.
John cleaning Longclaw, I think.
But why would they say south then? Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe
like,
is that Samuel cleaning Heartsbane then?
It possibly. I mean, it Samuel.
It looks Valyrian steel. Like it looks like Valyrian steel to me.
You think?
I think so.
Because the way that I like, wait, let's see it again. All right, it says Vale of Aaron, which it says south on the map. That's another thing that is weird to me. That's weird. And then we do see the blade, and yeah, it does look Valyrian, but I mean, I don't know. It's interesting to me. Like, why would they show the Vale when they're talking about the south, and then a Valyrian steel sword, and no like character to put that on? Like, do you have any? I mean, it is a good point though that you said it might be Samuel, but I just
oh shit, we got George R. R. Martin in the chat. What's going on, man? Can you release Winds of Winter? Thanks.
Yeah, George, release the Winds of Winter. What's wrong with you?
This guy's been commenting on my channel, Rayz, man. I swear this is the funniest. Whoever this is, I love you. You're hilarious. But I can't get over some of the comments. Like one of my videos, he's like, "Man, did you read the scripts of Winds of Winter? You're spoiling it." And it's just hilarious. Whoever this is brilliant. Fucking love that. Germ the Worm is in the chat.
Germ the Worm. Oh wow. Now what you call it? But I mean, what do you think about the like? Do you think it's Sam?
It's possible, man. I mean, I don't know why he'd be cleaning a sword. He's not really good at that kind of shit. But I mean, he's like, I don't know. I don't know.
What is it that they say? They say if you use a whetstone to sharpen or whatever a Valyrian sword, you might.
Yeah. I mean, well, Tyrion was telling Jon, he's like, my mind, a mind needs a whetstone like a mind needs a book like a sword needs a whetstone, because he is telling him about how he has to use his mind to advance in any sort of.
No, but I mean it off of this. I think it was they were talking about Valyrian steel in one of the lore and history videos. I think it was Jorah Mormont that was talking about it, and he said that if you use a whetstone on a Valyrian steel sword, you might need another like hand or something. Like, so do you think that Sam is capable? Me thinking about Sam,
or
cleaning a sword.
Or it's Gendry. Gendry.
He's probably in the south. Oh shit! That was a dime. That was dope. What do you see? Now we're going into territory that I like. I like this because we are going to get into Gendry a little bit later, because I think that he does appear in the trailer. And again, this is due to Altshift X that I saw it. I don't know if you maybe saw it, but
no, I haven't.
But Gendry could be in the south, because for all we know, his ass has been rowing the whole time. He's been rowing, and it's crazy.
He's got huge pipes, man. That guy, he's gonna be like
Popeye.
He's gonna be like the Mountain Huge, dude. That guy's like gonna be able to lift like whatever he wants.
Rowing. He's been rowing for what, 4 years?
King Jon Snow is in the chat too. Who are these people, man? Like, you guys are hilarious, man. Like, who are these people for serious, dude?
King Jon Snow? Is he like the Jon Snow?
Legends
House Stark. Just saying.
Legends say Gendry is still rowing.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I personally think that he was rowing west of Westeros. That's what everybody else wants to see, right? Like I keep hearing this over and over again that people want to see this. That's where he
With
was.
Arya.
Yeah. I mean, I hear a lot of people want that too. A lot
I
of
don't
people are
think he
shipping
is
that.
though, man. You need bigger boats to get that far. I I think he went to fucking King's Landing, man. He's probably in Flea Bottom.
Watch, yo, watch Gendry be the most interesting man in Westeros. Like those the two Ekis commercials, those Eki commercials.
Yeah.
He's gonna come from a shy. He traveled here. He traveled there. He's learned everything. That's what's gonna happen, man. Trust me.
You think so? Eh? Wow. That's an interesting
I
one.
mean, where the hell has he been for 4 years? He has to have done something productive. Like, you know what I mean? He's probably like on some weird island or some shit.
Who recognizes this? Like nobody knows that this guy actually looks like he's not like someone that's famous like John or Ramsey or whatever. You know what I mean? He's not a known commodity, so he could probably hide and flee on him.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, do you think he was the last like couple of years in Flea Bottom? You think he was there the whole time? Do you think he listened to Davos? Because I know Davos told him to go there because he wasn't very recognizable. But do you think he actually ended up going there, or do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's probably in Flea Bottom. He might be working as a smith. Who knows what he's doing? He's probably doing some sort of labor work because he's not educated royally or anything like that, like a Bran Stark or a John would be. He doesn't. Yeah, he has the Baratheon name, but he's also hidden. I mean,
I mean,
we had this. We obviously he had to flee. But yeah, if they knew, I mean, he'd be a threat to Cersei, right?
yeah.
So that wouldn't be very good.
I mean, I personally hope that he was doing something, at least while we weren't seeing him, because that would be sad and a bit of a waste. But then when we hear about Cersei's enemy to the north, we see everybody's favorite child assassin, Arya, and we see Castle Black, and then it goes to enemies in the north, and then they show Sansa on horseback.
Mhm.
This led a lot of people to believe that Arya is gonna do the whole Valonqar thing. She's gonna wipe Cersei out. What do you think about that? Do you think that that's the case? And
I think they're just trying to pump us up through the trailer. It's possible though, man. Like, uh, uh, High Valyrian Valonqar is gender neutral, and the Stranger, the embodiment of the Stranger, is gender neutral. And I'm assuming that Jaqen thinks that Arya is kind of the embodiment of that for them. Like they're Azor, not Azor High type figure, but you guys know what I'm getting at, because there's something more to their relationship than just them. Like there's too much coincidence there and too much happening for Jaqen to just be like, oh yeah, I just what I mean. Like they scouted her, and that's what they're good at, is they scout people and they place themselves in positions to uh, infiltrate certain places of power.
now, what you got? I honestly do believe that Arya is gonna kill important people in season 7, but I
Mhm.
don't think that the payoff of Cersei is gonna come anytime soon. You know what I mean?
She's surviving until season 8 and probably like the second last episode.
You think? I don't know if that far.
Yeah, I think so.
You do?
Yeah, man. I have this funny feeling that I don't know, man. Is it possible that the White Walkers are dead first and then they get rid of Cersei last? I don't know, man. I think that there's going to be a battle on two fronts: King's Landing and the Trident. I think that's going to happen, or Harrenhal, like that area, the God's Eye.
Because the way I did a video on basically like the future of House Lannister, right? And my thought process is that Jaime is going, and I've heard great arguments for a bunch of people to be the Valonqar, right? I've heard Euron, I've heard Arya, I've heard Sandor Clegane, I've heard a bunch of people, I've heard Gendry, like a bunch of people, but I just feel that it has to be Jaime, or it's going to be Jaime. And I think it's to kind of bring the character of Jaime full circle. In my video of the Valonqar, of the future of House Lannister, basically I say that I think that Tyrion,
Mhm.
right, is going to be the thing that pushes Cersei to kill. I think Tyrion is going to push Jaime to kill Cersei. I think that she is going to make him choose between both of them, and basically we know that he's the only person who's ever really loved Jamie. So at the end of the day, that's how I just see it happening. You know what I mean? I just think that at the end of the day, that's how I think it's going to go down. I think that Jamie will have to choose between Tyrion and them, and basically what Cersei will be doing at the moment, I think is going to be wrong. Like how you said, you think that it might be like the last 2 episodes or something of the whole series.
Yeah, I think it's like season 8, episode 5. I think it's the second last episode she does.
Damn. So that's because it was confirmed we're only getting 6 episodes next season, right?
Yeah, but they're going to be longer.
Yeah, I hope that that's the case. But I think that it might come down to like Cersei wanting to kill like after the whole war is done or something. That would make sense, like you said. After everything is done, Cersei wants to kill her allies that were with her during the whole war against the White Walkers and shit. And then I think Jamie kills her. He killed a Mad King. Why not a Mad Queen, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can see that. And someone in the chat is saying, "I'm just here to say, Kyle. I'm just here to say, hear Kyle say fake news."
Fake news. What you call it?
I actually got a soundboard.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't unveiled it yet on the channel. I've been working on it for months, just perfecting it. But I got fake news. I actually got Trump saying fake news, fake. And whenever I press a button, like, and someone's chatting, like, I like to trigger gray on like golden. I like to trigger gray area on Golden Company chats and tell her theories are fake news. But yeah,
I mean, yeah. I don't know why.
You are fake news. You are fake news.
I don't know why that makes me laugh. Fake news. No, not you. You're fake news.
You are fake news.
Yeah. So another thing that had people freaking out, and it's funny because I did like a quick breakdown of it all, right? And it was this scene right here when we see Jorah sticking his hand out, and everybody was freaking the hell out when they see this burned hand. Because to me, that's what it looks like. It doesn't look like it's progressed. It looks like it's a burnt hand to me. I think they burned the shit out of his hand, maybe like with dragon fire or some shit. What do you think happened here? Please tell me.
Yeah, he's getting the Victarion treatment in the show, for sure. Victarion, I don't know if we'll get Makoro in the show. For those of you who read the book, he's a red priest. And he makes his arm into like the smoldering firearm because Victarion gets hurt in battle. But yeah, I don't want to go into it too much. Hi, Daenerys. Hi, Daenerys. But yeah, I think that's kind of how it's going to go down. It's possible that if he's in Old Town searching for the cure or something like that, let's say that happens and he encounters Samwell Tarly or something like that, and because we got to assume that if he's going to go anywhere, the Citadel is where it's at because they have the most information on pretty much everything. We saw the library from Sam's perspective. So yeah, I gotta think that maybe there's a possibility that red priests are spreading the word around Westeros because we heard them say when Tyrion and Varys are walking through that they want to spread the word and whatnot. So yeah, it's possible that maybe a red priest heals him in some way, but I don't know. We've never seen a red priest have like fire magic, like real fire magic, and being able to imbue someone with fire. So I don't know if that would work.
I might get hate for this, but I'm like, meh. On Jorah, I don't know why. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? He lives, he dies. I don't lose sleep on it. Maybe because of the whole friend zoning thing. Like, I don't know, man. I just feel that they really haven't done him a bit justice. I don't know. And I feel that, like, in the recent couple of seasons, I feel like he's a very... Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't feel like I've liked him as much as I did the first couple of seasons. Like, in season 1, he was really badass. You know what I mean? But ever since, like, I don't know, maybe... season 3 or season 4. Yeah, season 4. I feel like he's kind of, declined a bit. How do you feel about Jorah?
I actually really like his character. I think the actor is fantastic. I don't know if you guys have ever checked out Ian Glenn's other work, but there used to be a Netflix series called Jack Taylor. He is good in that. Sorry, I got something itchy in my eye. It was like itchy all of a sudden. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
that's fake news. You don't got nothing in your eye. That's fake news. See?
Look how red my eye is, dude. Fuck off. But yeah, I don't know, man. His character is, I guess, if some people want to complain, his character is very one note. It's all about love for Daenerys. Yeah. That's his character in the books too, man. That's what it is. He loves Daenerys wholeheartedly. And I think that eventually he will, there could be a scenario. I think Daenerys is going to die in the end, and I think there's a possibility that Jorah survives. But if he doesn't survive, yeah, it'll be some sort of sacrificial event for Daenerys, some sort of moment where he saves her, protects her.
I mean, I think that his whole purpose on the show is just to die. He's like the Hodor to Daenerys. You know what I mean? Like his whole purpose is to eventually die, saving Daenerys.
Yeah, that's actually a good comparison. I think.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Hodor, but yeah, I mean, like he has that same type of importance to Daenerys. Yeah.
I mean, yo, I will never forgive Bran for what he did to Hodor. Never.
Yeah.
Like never.
That's
I can't watch
hubris,
that
man.
episode.
But yeah, man, I actually legit cried from that episode. I think that was actually more sad than Ned Stark getting beheaded.
Hell yeah, because Hodor is innocent. Like I see Ned.
Jorah is not. Oh my god, this is triggering me. Jorah is not a Azor Ahai herb. Don't you ever say that again.
That would be like the weirdest Azor Ahai. Like, you know what I mean? To me, it wouldn't hit what I thought Azor Ahai should be or who Azor Ahai was. Everybody knows I'm a big Jon Snow fan, but
and Eli is Rhaegar's Hodor. Eli loves Rhaegar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he actually loves the Targaryens. I don't know if Eli loves the Targaryens. He is definitely Dany's Hodor. Or actually, no, Rhaegar's Hodor. He likes Rhaegar more.
Who is that? I have the names cut off. Who said hold the Jorah? Oh man, that's funny. Hold the Jorah. Nah, but for real, I think I don't know. It's like he lost his identity. Like when he was fighting for himself in season 1, I felt badass because he wanted something, and then he developed as a character and he cared for Dany. But he's like been stuck in this role, like friend zone. Like it's like he is literally boxed in to friend zone, and that pisses me off.
Well, he was born before Daenerys was even born. Okay, like I know this is the Middle Ages, but creep factor 10 plus there, man. Yeah, but I don't ever see them getting together more than platonically. I can't see it.
What you call it? I wanted to talk about this because this is interesting. It is Jon Snow beyond the wall, right? We see that Jon Snow and a group of people are beyond the wall. They're running like all hell, and then we see that they're kind of like enclosed. But here, if you look to your right in the image, you see a weapon that looks like a hammer. Is this Gendry?
Yeah, it's 100% Gendry. I believe that 100%.
This shit is off the chain. Now it's interesting because I'm gonna put that clip again. How many people are in this group? Because the first thought that came to me when I saw the image was, is this the last hero type shit? We have 12 people here.
I said that in my breakdown, man. I was like, yeah, dude, I think Jon is. I've been saying this is like season 2 or 3. Like the last hero will have his companions. It'll be the cripples, bastards, and broken things, man. Theon, Brienne, Samwell, Tyrion. All these people, man, that are. Jaime Lannister will be one of them. All these people that have these flaws will be his companions.
I mean, I've always bought more into the theory that I thought Bran might be the last hero because of the whole journey to get to the cave. But it's interesting because I'm like, what the hell are you doing beyond the wall? Like, you know what I mean? And like I heard in the plot leak, but still, what the fuck are you doing beyond the wall? Like this to me I can't fathom that you would be like, I need this and I need to go back there. Do you think this was a smart decision?
No, what? I mean, that's probably why the wall is there to keep them out. I mean, why do they keep on going over there, right? But I mean, I guess they're encroaching now, so I will figure out more why that's happening. But it's possible that they broke a pact by just keep on going up there, by continually going up there and whatnot. But yeah, it's oh shit! The one true David Adams says Timo says hi to all of you in the chat. She's on her way home now. She's trying to make it out. Shout out to Timo. Okay, hi Timo.
Shout out to Timo. Hope you get there. Like
Jacob. I'll show you a bigger hammer.
What the fuck?
He
That was
said
mad weird.
he said I thought the hammer was bigger, but maybe it was just a bad angle overhead. Yeah, that's. I just wanted to say that, Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob's one of my subscribers, so
I was gonna say
he'll get it.
Kyle's about to drop the hammer.
Oh, I'm about to drop the hammer.
Shout out to Timo. Um, what you? How do we recover from that?
I don't know, man. I think we should end the stream. It's very,
Nah,
very, very, very rude of me to say that.
we got a few
Being
more
so.
things. We got a few more things. We're almost done here, but I wanted to touch also because I don't want to go too much into the north because John, like I said, Jon Snow looks scared as all hell, and it looks like all hell
Oh
just
yeah.
broke loose in that scene.
Oh, they're running from the Night King, not just whites.
No, I
They're
would
running from
imagine.
White Walkers.
I would imagine it's some crazy shit that's happening there. I bet you the White Walkers have gone like full fledged ice benders, Avatar, Korra type shit. I'm telling you, like, I could definitely see that happening because and like, let me put that again. They look fucking scared. Look at them. They're just, like,
Dude, you see Tormund? Like Tormund is like the most fearless person ever. Like he tried to take on like 17 people with crossbows. Come on.
this dude,
In the Battle of the Bastards, did you see Tormund trying to break that shield wall? Like if Tormund is scared, you should be scared.
they look like they're shitting bricks, man. It's just funny to me. Like, and you see John like, oh shit, like they're catching up. I can't wait to see that scene. Like I said, I'm gonna record myself. Are you recording yourself reacting?
Me?
Yeah.
To what?
To the episodes this season?
I don't. You know what, man? Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I actually hate reactions. I think it's fake news. I think a lot of these people aren't actually reacting. They've already watched this shit and they're trying to get people like it's almost like an ego thing. But some people genuinely react to it. That's cool. I can't get behind like some people like overdo it for me and I just want to puke. Basically. I'm just like bleh. I just know that it's not legit actual reacting to it. So if I can go to react to it and somebody like has a camera on me, I'll fucking react. But come on.
I wanna react stuff, right? But like, do you watch this show called The 100? Do you watch that show?
No, I watched 2 episodes and I thought it was shit
like
emoji.
You know, like I love that show, but the ending of that show was so freaking crazy on Wednesday that it led me to go to the internet and see how other. And you can tell when people are really reacting, like when people are like in shock, like oh shit, like this really. So, I personally have some like recordings of myself, but they're just like so bad in audio that I just didn't upload them. Like, you know what I mean? I feel a certain way about doing it. I probably might, because a lot of people have told me to still do it. I might just do like really small clips.
Yeah.
But I want to do that this season because you just never know when it's gonna be funny. Sometimes reactions might be bad. But
if it's like a huge moment, yeah, man, of course. But I don't know, man. Like people have already reacted to it before reacting to it. Like almost like 75% of people must, right? Because you have to see something for it to warrant a reaction, right? So unless people are like actually, unless they hear the news from someone else and they're like, okay, I'm gonna react to this now, or like I'm just gonna react to the whole episode and then cut shit out. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it.
I mean, don't listen to Kyle, people. I'm gonna be doing reactions, and hopefully they're funny. Hopefully, I don't know. I cuss a lot too. That's one other thing. I didn't upload my previous video because I would have to bleep the whole shit out. Like I would be like bleep 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 on that. Shit.
Basically, if you compare Eli and reactions, they're basically the same thing. They're
Eli,
shit emoji. I'm just kidding.
No, but.
But I don't know, man. They're okay. Like some people really pull them off. Like who does it? Like the normies don't they do reactions? They're okay. I don't know. It's just not something I'm interested in. I'd rather watch like someone like discuss something like live like us because there's different perspectives and opinions that I might not have shared or something like that. You know what I mean? That's what I enjoy. I enjoy hearing different opinions and theories from people of things that I wouldn't necessarily think of. Reactions to me are just like, I don't know. It's like just the tip. It's like stroking your tip. I don't know. Just pissing me off.
Oh man, but what you call it? I don't know. I think that like when you look at the Red Wedding ones, those were crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like you know what I mean. So you just never know when you're gonna get a good moment.
Well, those are kind of ambushy, right? Because you're like spying on your significant other or like family. You're like, you didn't know about this.
I wish that I would have like been able to record. That's why I wanted to do with Vikings. I was thinking about picking up Vikings, and then I was like, I don't know the episodes, so I just abandoned that. But hopefully I do that. But let's continue and let's finish because we're almost close to finishing, I believe.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about this. Casterly Rock. We
Ooh.
do see that Daenerys is at her throne already in this image or whatever right here. And we see that then later, like, Davos is talking about, doesn't matter who sits at the throne. I think that basically he's talking to Daenerys and Tyrion in this scene. And then we see that at Casterly Rock, they're storming the shit. The Unsullied are storming the hell out of Casterly Rock. And
which is super exciting because the Unsullied are made for that type of combat. If anybody's seen the movie 300, that's what the Unsullied are based off of. They do the phalanx, which is like basically actual formation style of and tactical war. It's amazing. That's like Grey Worms in the hall, like screwing people up. That's awesome.
No, what you call it? Like, I saw that and I was like, this shit looks fucking awesome. Like, I was like, there's no and ifs or buts about it. This scene is going to be crazy. And the amount of war scenes or fighting scenes and battle scenes that we will have this season is fucking ridiculous. Like, we have the Dothraki one. I think that's on a different day. We have the Unsullied storming that castle.
Yeah, the Dothraki, I think, is going to be the Field of Fire, right? That's going to be like the big one, yeah.
Well, I'm going to touch on that one next. I have the little video clip set up for that one, because that one is another one that's crazy. The Dothraki and Robert Baratheon said it himself. Those motherfuckers are crazy on an open field. They will fucking annihilate you. And it's crazy.
But also, we got to remember the Westerosi have armor, so that's kind of like a wash, but they're crazy. You're right.
Bro, did you see these motherfuckers jumping on horses?
They're like surfing. They're like like Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat, like the flying kick. Like, you know what I mean? He's like jumping off and like it's pretty hilarious.
I legit was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, yo, like these dudes are freaking reckless, and it just looks so dope too. Like, it doesn't look like that's some computer shit. That looks like somebody really jumped on a horse, though. The way it looks awesome. But let's talk about Casterly Rock first before we go on to the Dothraki, though. I think that Casterly Rock was maybe one of the most difficult castles, maybe next to the Eyrie, to take. How the hell did they do this shit?
Well, in the world of Ice and Fire, is it Rhaenys? Yeah, I think it's Rhaenys, and she was saying, like, yeah, if they didn't come out to the open field, there was no way we were going to be able to storm the castle and effectively win the battle, even with dragons. So that's pretty crazy, right? And man, how long have we been waiting for the Unsullied to really do something? Like, the dragon pit scene was like a big stinker. Like, cool shit happened, but we didn't really get to see them fight. Now actual warfare is going down. Like, they've had the experience of the Battle of the Bastards and the Watchers on the Wall episode, so they can actually start to implement some of these stuff in the show with the Unsullied and the Dothraki, because we've got the Northern Battle now. I think next season we'll get Casterly Rock in the Field of Fire, right?
I mean, I hope that we get a good view of Casterly Rock. I hope that it's a good episode when they take that bitch, because it's been a long time coming. Ever since Rob wanted to take it himself and never got to, from after with the whole Red Wedding thing, the whole him dying, being killed thing. Why did I do air quotations? The motherfucker's dead, right? I went like quotations. No, but with that whole thing happening, I don't know, man. It's crazy. I just hope that we get to see it and it lives up to the hype and the difficulty.
Oh, dude, next season, I'm gonna. You guys, I ate a sock live on air for Lady Stoneheart last season. Rayz, you witnessed that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna tell everyone in the chat right now. You ready for this?
Let's go.
Every episode of season 7 is gonna blow you away, and season 7 of A Game of Thrones will be the best season of television history. There you have it. That's some hype for you. Azora hype right here.
I mean, I think season 6 was the best season of anything ever, too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Game of Thrones, man, is unparalleled when it comes to this shit to me. I don't care what no one says.
Dude, 61 million people watched the trailer in under 24 hours. That's bonkers. And you know how many people actually pirate the show? It's like 10 to 12 million people around the world. And the thing is yeah, because it's set like they do most of the filming in Europe and UK, it has a far greater reach because of the cultural and historical preferences actually in the show, because they use so many different ethnicities for actors and whatnot, right? So it's like it really, you can really connect. It's like, oh, it's like I like the Lannisters, or I like Dorne because I'm Spanish, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like it's pretty sweet that you can kind of connect with. Like, yeah, I'm Canadian. I connect with the Starks, man. I live in the lands of always fucking winter here. You know what I'm saying?
What you call
It's
it?
like,
Yeah, I mean, when you put it that way, Canadians are kind of like Starks. I mean, you guys are freaking too nice. Like, it's funny though. Like when you hear the whole Canadians are like really nice, people, it's true. It's like crazy true. They're super nice.
Megan's trying to trigger me in the chat, saying, "Let's talk about the Hound dying and get Kyle triggered." You fuck right off, Megan.
You see, I say you're nice, and then you just say the fuck off. I mean, that's it. No, but what you call it? Yeah, man. I love the different aspects, I guess, that Game of Thrones takes on different people, different types of nationality and stuff. I wish that we would be able to maybe in the future, maybe in even one of the spin-offs, see GT. That would be dope. See it. I don't mean a whole episode, a whole series on it, but just see it. I would be interested in peeping and seeing what's happening over
Dude, I would give like 47 free hand jobs for that. I'll do it.
there. There you go, people. If you want a hand job from Kyle, write HBO and he will give you that. For the first 40 what? 40 what?
47. Davos does have a wife, by the way. Her name is it's spelled Marya, Maria, I believe her name is. Yeah.
What you call it?
Davos does have a wife, and she's apparently like pudgy. Like she's like Davos likes him, you know what I mean?
He likes some pushing, some cushion
Yeah.
for the.
Yeah. Like Davos is a personality guy. You know what I mean? Davos is a personality guy.
So we were talking about the Dothraki Field of Fire, right? And I put the clip here. Look at this dude swinging to, what the hell do you call that? Or thrak?
They're called the Racks. Arakh. Yeah.
Yo,
Arak.
people saying that this is Viserion because he looks yellow. To me, he looks like Drogon. Do you think this is Viserion?
Yeah, that definitely. Wait 1 second. I have to click off and on here. I'm on delay on your thing.
You're watching me on YouTube, right?
Yeah. That looks like. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I think that's Viserion. He's too small to be Drogon.
But in the photo here, we see that Drogon is apparently maybe in this battle. So, do you think that is
well? The Field of Fire. Apparently, what went down. It was the only time that all three dragons. It was Meraxes, Balerion, and Vhagar were all together at once. So that was the only time the dragons actually all got together and like physically were in a huge battle all at once, because they were all separated at certain different points, right? So this could be the only battle that we get them together if they're trying to do like a history repeats itself type of thing. That might be the scenario that we get them all together. But I think they're all together.
I mean, look at how fucking yoked out. I've said it since last year. Drogon be eating those chicken nuggets, bro.
Oh, dude, look at. Okay, remember Daenerys last season? His neck is like half that size. He's way bigger. I think he's going to be absolutely massive by the end. It'll be sweet to see if he has like black fire by the end. It's like melting. Well, he's going to melt a whole field of whites. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait for the White Walkers versus the dragons. I don't know about you guys, but like I cannot wait. I don't want the show to end, but friggin' give it to me. Like in here right now.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
Like just looking at that photo is to me ridiculous. Like I'm like, if this dude is this big, do the White Walkers have any chance of winning? Like I legit think that. Like,
well, here's the thing, Ray. I have a theory on this one. I think that Qyburn and Cersei are going to talk about Daenerys because he's hand of the queen, right? Mm-hmm. I think that he's going to suggest ballistas. Do you know what that is?
Ballistic missiles? I don't know.
No. Ballista is something that shoots a giant arrow. Oh, you have you ever watched The Hobbit when the guys that's exactly what like it is.
Harpoon type shit.
Yeah, I think that one of the dragons is going to get wounded by one of those next season. I don't know if it'll be Drogon, but Drogon's the biggest target, so I don't think Drogon will die. And actually, Yeah, I don't know, man, but I think they're going to have ballistas and catapults and stuff like that
That's
because
how.
that's the only way they're going to be able to compete against the Daenerys is that if they have some heavy artillery, there's no way they can defend themselves otherwise.
That was how Aegon's sister died, right? That's how they knocked one of the dragons down with like that.
I think that was Vagar, if I'm not
No, I
mistaken.
don't think it was Vigor. I think it was Meraxes.
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 Meraxes' death. I'm gonna search. I think it was Meraxes. I'm searching it right now on Google.
Yeah, I think it was Meraxes.
Yeah, it was that. It was did Meraxes die near Dorne?
And it crushed her, wasn't it? Like it crushed her because people say that she was alive and they threatened Aegon with that or something.
Yeah, Meraxes has golden eyes and silver scales. Um, yeah, he died. Meraxes and Rhaenys Targaryen both met their end at the first Dornish war at Hellholt from an iron bolt from a scorpion. Sorry, so a scorpion or ballista, and it went right through its face. The skull was returned later.
But no body, no, not her body.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a bit sketchy.
Pretty crazy. But yeah, King Robert actually had Meraxes' skull removed when he was like redoing the throne room and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But I think something's because history is repeating itself. Essentially, is what's kind of going on, I believe, and I think that that's definitely something like that will happen because Daenerys is too OP, like we spoke of earlier. So they're gonna have to deal with it somehow, right?
Another thing that I wanted to talk about with this includes the dragons are basically Tyrion. What the hell is up with Tyrion and these dragons? In this video that I put up, we see basically the dragons flying up, and Tyrion is on this cliff. What the hell is happening with the dragons?
I think this is when they are leaving to go to the Reach, and Daenerys is taking the forces and stuff like that. I think that this is going to be earlier on in the season, and then Daenerys is going to return. Sorry for meeting Jon Snow and stuff like that. But I think Tyrion is going to be left in charge of Dragonstone, similarly to how Sansa is going to be left in charge of Winterfell. And he's like just concerned because I don't think he's in love with Daenerys, but like we saw how content he was when he was made hand of the queen. Like he was like visibly moved by what she did, right?
They were
so I think
there.
Oh yeah, I think anybody. I mean, she's a beautiful woman, obviously, and she has charisma and whatever. Like I mean, it's the human emotion. We can feel that just by meeting someone instantly. I've had it before, but yeah, I think that he might have some of that. I think he just has a genuine sense of concern that they're leaving and that they may never come back. Because Daenerys still is impulsive, right? That's part of the Targaryen thing, fire and blood. They do have this brashness to them. They kind of the opposite of what some of the Starks do, because Ned was super laid back, almost too laid back, and then we have the Targaryens, which are kind of the passion versus ice, right? The fire madness.
What you call it?
So, but yeah,
I think that Tyrion does have the hots for Daenerys, but like you said, then again, who doesn't, right? I mean,
we have Timo in the chat. What is going on?
Sorry. Hey, Timo. Hi, Timo. You made it.
Sorry, Ray. We had to do it because we did the whole thing.
Yeah. Of course. But I think that he does have the hots for her. I mean, it seems to be a recurring trend, right? I wonder, and I don't know if you know how much. Like I said, I don't know spoilers. I've avoided them, but I really wonder about Jon and Daenerys' relationship.
Okay, I'm not gonna go spoilers on you guys, but I'm gonna go historical on you guys. There's this thing called the Hieros Gamos, and it's called the sacred marriage, basically. And basically, what it is the 7-pointed star. So, the male symbol is this. Okay, that's actually it's fire. It symbolizes erection and growth and movement, and then the other symbol, this represents fertility, which is feminine, which is water.
It didn't come out in the camera. What was the other one?
So it's a triangle. The triangle upwards symbolizes erection and fire and movement. Like that's a symbol for fire, and it's male. It's the male symbol. It's the pyramid, and then the upside down pyramid is the feminine symbol for water, which actually means which actually is a symbol for the woman's womb. If you guys have ever watched the Da Vinci Code, Robert Langdon talks about it in the Da Vinci Code, believe it or not. But anyways, A Song of Ice and Fire, I totally believe that Daenerys and Jon will consummate a marriage and they will have a child together at some point. I'm actually releasing a video on it because I don't want to tell you too much, but I think that together they are part of the Song of Ice and Fire. And yeah, the Song of Ice and Fire is happening on many different levels, not just that, like dragons and White Walkers and all sorts of different stuff. But getting to that point, sorry guys, yes, I actually think that that's what's happening with Jon and Daenerys. They're kind of like, the thing is though, is that George is flipping the script. Is that Jon has very, very feminine qualities about him. He's very forgiving and patient, and we saw like with Ollie and all sorts of different people. He's very compassionate with Sam, and Daenerys is actually the fire portion. She's a conqueror. Yeah, so it's kind of flipped, and that's what George is doing with the story, and eventually people will understand it.
So you're basically telling me that I'm the ice and Ronda Rousey is my fire, like.
Yeah,
similarly.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know why. If a woman could kick my ass, I kind of like it. I don't know why. It's true.
It's okay. I'm okay with saying that I'm a bit more feminine. You know what I mean? I'm more open and sensitive and loving, I guess, more than the fiery side of me. It's okay to say that. You know what I mean? Some of us have more of those qualities in us than other people. You know, it's something like you might be more fiery or you might be more feminine. It's just like expression.
I mean, yeah. I'm very curious as to seeing that, and it's funny because there's a couple of things that I want to see, right? And I want to know. I want to ask you this because, like, last season, one of the things that I said I wanted to see most was Jon and Sansa meeting throughout the whole season. What do you want to see? Not what will you see. What would you want to see? Not that you know is going to happen. What would you want to see again?
I want to see Jon fight the Night King in season 7. I want to see them fight, but have it stopped. Like, you know what I mean? Like Daenerys, like they're beyond the wall, and Daenerys like somehow interrupts their, like Jon's fighting the night, like Jon and the Night King are about to fight, and then it gets interrupted. That particular scene, I want to see them get close to squaring up because they get close, and then I think they have to get closer this season, and then eventually they're going to have to face off. I think there's foreshadowing for that, but I think that. Yeah, that's what I would like to see. But really, honestly, you guys know me. I want to see Arya and the Hound Adventurers 2.0, man. I want to see that specifically, and Jon and Arya. Fuck me. That's 3 things. I'm kind of cheating.
You know who I want to see? Bran and fucking Jon Snow. Because Bran and Jon Snow, every time that they're about to meet, they miss each other. And guess what? I honestly think that that's not going to change anytime soon. Like, I think that Jon will be dipped, and Bran will get to Winterfell. And that is going to aggravate me so much.
Yeah, I think Arya and Bran will be in Winterfell when Jon isn't there, which is going to suck, right? But Samwell Tarly might meet Bran. That would be cool. Like, maybe he returns from the Citadel. Because he's going to find some information in books, then Bran has the visions, right? So, like, that'd be kind of cool. Jon will eventually return. I think they have to return to Winterfell, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so the wall falls. The wall falls in season 7. We're assuming that, right? That's got to happen.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna fall by the end of season 7.
That's probably the last shot of the season, right? Because last season we had the fire shot. Well, I mean, fire last season with Daenerys going to Westeros, and fire opening up this season with Daenerys landing in Westeros. I'm assuming on Dragonstone. I think that's how it's. Then ice, ending ice, and then ice starting in season 8. It's probably how it's gonna work.
I'm very curious as to seeing like how Jon will also go as a king, like how he will develop as a king. But while we're at this topic about talking Jon being king, let's talk about this scene right here. We see Littlefinger basically being choked the fuck out by Jon Snow. We see that he's sleeping in the. I think that he's in the crypts of Winterfell. It seems to be the same lighting, and then we see that Jon takes him by the neck, and just that look that Jon gives him is like that Ned look from season 1. And it makes me feel a bit anxious. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, don't do it. Like, please, God, don't take Jon again.
Well, you know what? They dubbed it over, right? They're like, you are the last best hope against the coming storm. He's actually not saying that to Sansa. He's actually probably saying that to Jon, and he's trying to, like, wrap him around his finger. See what I did there? Wrap him around his finger. Sorry, guys. But essentially, he's telling him, like, hey, like, your brother and father fucked up. You're going to do the same thing by going to Daenerys. That might be the conversation that they're having. He also may be telling Jon that he loves Sansa or something like that, or he wants to marry Sansa. And Jon is like, because they had the conversation, remember, and people think the Sansa is going to betray Jon. It's not going to happen, people.
Oh my
God.
Oh
fake
my
news.
God.
Yeah, you knew I was going to do it, Ray. But listen, though, I think that's where they're going with this, and it's possible that Peter Baelish and Sansa get married, but they never consummate their marriage because I think Littlefinger's done this season. But yeah, I think that's what's going on because Jon doesn't know about what happened with Ned. In the throne room and whatnot, but yeah.
I mean, but that brings me to Arya knows that Littlefinger is a like you did an Arya kill Littlefinger video. I did one too a while ago, and I did like one on the cat's paw dagger, right? And
yeah,
Arya is huge in this. Like Arya is gonna be the thing that I think leads to his death, right? You did a video on it. Do you want to say some of the stuff, and then people who aren't subscribed, you can check it out. And if you're not subscribed to Kyle, check his channel out. He goes like in on these videos. But
yeah, man. Well, yesterday what I was talking about is like the Lion Game. I had this theory that Sansa and Arya are gonna team up. Like they're gonna like get him in this room essentially, and like maybe Sansa will like manipulate him with her beauty. And I think that Arya could be wearing her face in this scenario. That's possible, but I think that they're going to play Arya's going to play the Lion Game with Littlefinger, and they're going to catch him in a lie, and then Arya's going to get him.
He has to die because of Arya. Arya's the only.
Oh, sorry. The Game of Faces. My bad. I keep on saying the Game of Lying, but that's essentially what it is. The Game of Faces, and they're going to play that with Littlefinger, and I think that he's going to fail. Yeah.
I believe it was Fame Arcade. He's a subscriber of mine. I'm not sure if he subscribed to YouTube.
Yeah, Fame has donated to the channel many times too. Thanks, Fame.
Fame is awesome. Fame Arcade. I'm not sure if he's in the chat now because I'm not able to see the chat. But Fame Arcade told me something too that I was like, that would be fun because Robin dies and Arya gets power. What if Arya were to take Robin Aaron's face? That's like tinfoil right there. Like,
I don't know about that, but. Here's what I'm thinking. The Faceless Men are based off the Hashashin, which are like this ancient order, like way back in the days of Persia. What they would do is they would hire these very specific people to go observe these people in power, and then they would infiltrate. And what they would do is they would like remove like a prince or a princess or something like that. And that's essentially what Arya was doing with the Faceless Men. She was observing Lady Crane, and that was her whole arc last season. Essentially, was trying to get in the good books. Yeah. And she was like studying and observing, right? So and Marie says it best. Arya knows how to spot a liar for sure. And Sansa, she was chatting with Jon, and she's like, only a fool would trust Littlefinger. So we gotta assume that at some point Littlefinger's gonna try to split them. Like that's where it's going, right? And then they're gonna be like, I know what he's doing here. They're smarter than we think because. The Starks are back in Winterfell. You think they're going to be that divided, man? No, man. They're not going to let someone like Peter Baelish run the show. Like that's just not going to happen, man. And that's what Sansa needs. Sansa needs Arya. That's like they need each other, and that's what they've never had before, right? They're kind of like it's almost like they're one person divided. You know what I mean? Like
each other. If they work together, they would complement each other.
Yeah.
Like me personally. You know, because we were on your channel and we went I went on a full rant on your channel on Sansa.
Oh yeah, for like that was epic.
Funny. And then I went back to your channel and I saw somebody was like, "This guy doesn't." So I personally wrote this huge. I'm telling you, I wrote a huge comment, and then I was like, you know what? This comment the person wouldn't be able to see it from how long it was. So you know what? I was like, fuck this. I took it, copied it, and I made it into a script. So I would.
You know what's funny too, Ray? Is me and Gray Area made a bet. Whoever loses the bet has to do a giveaway for the other person's channel. So I'm all in on this one, man. I'm all in on Sansa not betraying Jon.
No, I mean, I personally, because this is just me. I personally think that Sansa has messed up so much that she cannot mess up anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
she's
that's what
just
I'm saying.
like you're just betting on odds that she's not gonna do it again. I'm betting on she's a creature of habit and she will be stopped before she does it again. That's what I think it is. I think that she will be influenced or swayed at last minute. I don't think that she's a good person. I'm gonna ask you
Uh,
this though. Do you think Sansa's a good person?
I I think she has some ego for sure, obviously, but I think that yeah, she has had a fairy tale dream. Here's the thing, though. Ramsey did some pretty rough shit to her, man. It was implied that she was sodomized, which is not good. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I know everyone hates Sansa. I think
I
Dan
don't
and
hate
Dave are just
Sansa. I don't hate
I just think that everybody's gonna be like, what? And everybody's gonna love Sansa. I just think it's gonna be hilarious. You guys can come back to me later and criticize me on this one, but I'm telling you, you heard it from me first.
I mean,
Sansa's gonna be a boss. I'm triggering Timo in the chat, by the
no,
way.
what you call it? I personally agree with you. I think that because I believe that Sansa is maybe one of the top 5 most important end game characters because she kind of does fall into the whole broken thing, like bastards, cripples, and
Yeah,
broken thing. She falls into
absolutely.
that. So I do agree that she will be in a winning position or in a good position at the end of it all, right? But
The story that follows the War of the Roses the most closely is actually Sansa's story, believe it or not. So they're actually. Did you guys hear about this? I don't know if you guys heard about this. There was a rumor next season that Bran has a flash forward into the future. I don't want to spoil it if you guys don't want me to.
yo, what the fuck? Yo, I feel like you just pulled out a gun on me. What the fuck, man? I didn't
Do you
even
guys
know that shit.
do you guys want me? You guys want me to drop this one? It says this one's epic. I'm gonna make a theory video on it. I can or I can't. Well, should we let the chat decide, Ray?
All right, let's let. If you in the chat want to hear it, no wait, we have to put it because if you want to hear it in the chat, put yes. If you
This is
don't,
epic.
say no.
A lot of people haven't heard about this one. A lot of people haven't. My friend Karhiklia, who works for
Wait,
a news website in Greece, she has.
I see drop the bomb. I see. All right. I see yes. I see one no spoilers.
I know
Yes,
Random Joe
drop
has
it.
said
Drop
yes
it.
like 4 times already. We need more people to riddle. Yes, yeah, drop it. Okay, people are saying drop it, man. All right. So a brand apparently has a flash forward next season.
I'm taking my
Okay.
shit off.
All right, guys. Brand apparently has a flash forward next season. This is completely speculation. Brand apparently has a flash forward next season of Sansa as the ruler of Winterfell in the future. And Sansa is old, meaning she survives the Game of Thrones, guys. It could be that it's Cersei. I don't believe that. However, the actress that is supposedly in this flash forward is the exact same height as Sansa. So,
Are
how
you still
about that?
going? What the
I'm still
fuck,
going.
man?
I'm still going.
I need you to do something funny so I know that you finished. Are you done?
Every fucking chicken in this place.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Are you done?
Fake news? Are you putting up some sort of fake news something up there for me?
Who, me? I don't know. I didn't hear that, so I didn't spoil myself. At least,
Anyways, I have a theory on this. Can I drop just a little snippet?
I mean, as long as it doesn't spoil me. I mean, I just pulled my shit off my headphones.
I think the exact last scene of the series is going to be this. You guys ready for this? I don't think anybody's ever said this. Are you ready for this? I haven't heard this anywhere. I think that Sansa is going to lay Jon to rest in the crypts of Winterfell, and it's going to be the very last scene of the series, and Bran's going to be viewing it at the same time. Because in the books, Jon is like, I don't belong here, and Jon's going to die of old age, I think, or he's going to die at some point, and Sansa's going to lay him to rest in the crypts of Winterfell, where he wants to be.
I mean, all right, that sounds cute.
I don't know. That's. I'm just saying.
Thanks to you, I can never look back at this video ever again. Like, it feels like I was at a party and you shot the party up. Like you just came in, arms blazing, and just shot everybody up. All right, so I'm curious, but I'm telling you, I just can't. I just can't. But
But it's pure speculation. It could be completely nothing, guys.
I mean, I have thought about that, especially because of the Flash, right? For anybody who watches the Flash, this season they had, spoiler alert if you watch the Flash, they had like a flash forward in this season of the Flash.
Yeah.
So since it ended up happening like this season of the Flash and this season of Game of Thrones, they had flashbacks and shit, and then this season they had a flash forward on the Flash. I was like, you know what? This maybe could happen. I don't know, but thank God I don't know what it is. And people don't write that shit down in the comments. Don't write it anywhere. I don't want to know, because you just said it with like, when you said I have a thought, I was like, this sounds like he knows something that I don't, and it just, damn, I'm even sweating, bro. You got me sweating and shit. Like I don't want to know, but all right. So before we end, I wanted to take some questions. You down for some questions?
Yeah, I can do about 10 more minutes, right? And then I have to head out, man.
All right. So if you guys have any questions, anything you guys want to talk about, let me know. Kyle is almost heading out, so we have to end it like within the next 10 minutes. Since I can't look very well at the comment section, I'll wait for Kyle to choose them, and then we'll talk about them and we'll touch on them. But you got it, Kyle?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready, man. Let's get some questions in the chat, guys.
Nah, man, but that's crazy, man. It's just like you shot up a club or something. Like I'm like, what the hell did he say? And like I'm curious. I'm like, should I warg into the past of the video, like, and see what you said, or should I just ignore it?
Oh, it's gonna be a while. I'm like, I want to do like, because I've done research in the books too, which is like some of the stuff that could point to this actually happening. But yeah, like I said, we see often what we want to see. That's part of living.
I mean, yeah, I personally. What?
Oh no, Timo, I'm not answering that one. That's rude. Rude. Hey, wait, real questions. In the scene when they're running dark with the torches, do you think that could be the hull of one of the boats? Secrets of the Citadel, when we were doing a live stream on Thursday night, she thought it was Jon and Daenerys, like Jon jumping into the sea with Daenerys. So yeah, I don't know about that one. I actually think that it's something else completely. What's your thought on this one, Ray?
On what? The scene when like that it looks like they're running down something? Like
yeah.
A torch. It looks like it's a boat sinking though, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it does. But what do you think it's actually a boat sinking? Is that what's up, or?
I think that it's a boat sinking. Is that the one like with the people are running like with the torches and it looks like they're?
Yeah, Jon Snow and some other people. I think it might be Lord Glover. I could be wrong.
That's Jon Snow on that bitch. I didn't even notice. No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's 100% Jon, dude.
I saw like a torch running down some like boat shit, but I didn't notice what it was.
That was Jon.
But that's interesting because I did not notice that. But that makes me wonder, what if like they go to the north and then some fucking shit under the water breaks their shit?
Well, I'm saying, you know what's really interesting? What if, okay, so check this out. You guys, I don't know if you guys are into astronomy or anything like that. I'm a pretty big geek, but a blue sun is hotter than a red sun. It's actually a fact. Actually, a blue sun is not actually blue. It's the way the human eye, well, it is, but the human eye can't see that specific type of light. What if the Night King gets a dragon and revives one? Let's say shit happens beyond the wall, and he's melting part of the wall, and they're trying to get away from that. That's like one of the last scenes of the season. I mean, how about that?
You do like? Have you ever looked at flames? You could see flames as blue too. Like
sometimes, yeah, but the human eye doesn't. You know what I mean? But like, what if there's a dragon and he breathes blue flame? I know it sounds kind of cliche, but
I mean, have you ever been burned by cold? I have. Like, I remember once I touched some dry ice with my bare hands. That bitch burned the fuck out of me, man. That shit burned. I still have it to this day. The mark.
We have a ton of questions, Ray. So what I'm going to suggest is, since I don't have a ton of time, you want to do like lightning round? We'll try to take as many questions as we can with like. We'll try to answer them as decently as we can.
All right, sure. Let's do this.
Okay. So next question. So for that one, I actually think it's at the wall. I have a weird theory about that one. I have to look more into it. But what's going to happen to Varys? He's going to survive season 7, and Littlefinger won't for me. Um, yeah, I think he's going to survive all the way until the end. I think he's gonna see the end of magic,
Yeah,
right?
I think that the way that we saw him in Kinvara last season, I think that he has to see it through that when there's no magic. Also, like he is one of those people that has been a victim to this current way of things being worked in the
Yeah.
current system. So I think that he survives.
I think so as well. I think he genuinely wants what's good for the realm, for the most part.
Yeah.
He does have his own intentions, but there's something weird about him too. My buddy George, who's my right hand man on the channel, thinks he's Targaryen, that which is pretty interesting. Next question: will we see some Valyrian steel armor this season? Ooh, like Euron in the Forsaken chapter. I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna say no, but I love to see it. Like, gimme, gimme, gimme.
I mean, when you the way that it's described in the books, yeah. But how do you bring that to life and like you know what I mean? To make it look or live up to the hype. I just don't see it. I think that it would be like it would fail. It's kind of like Dawn in the
Mhm.
books and Dawn in the show. It just isn't the same. So I don't think they would bring it.
I think that they would. Uh, it seems like they're more pragmatic in the show, a little bit more pragmatic. I mean, like more one way. I think that they would probably use it for weapons. Next question. Do you think the scene in the trailer where we hear the king in the north and John turns around and looks at someone, could that be where they introduce Howland Reed? No. I think that we're going to see Howland in the flashback with Bran to the tourney of Harrenhal. I think that's the only time we'll see him in season 7. We might see old Howland Reed in season 8. I don't know though. Maybe on their way back from the wall, Mira and Bran stop at Greywater Watch. Isn't that on the way to Winterfell though?
No, that's below Winterfell.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Mira returns. Does Mira return home though, or does she stay with Bran? She stays with Bran, right? I don't know. I don't know if we see him. I want to though.
Oh, Natasha Conrad subscribed. Thanks for subscribing. It pops up on the screen
Oh,
when they subscribe. Yeah. Thanks for
Natasha
subscribing.
Conrad is a subscriber of mine. Thanks for coming to check out Rayz, Natasha. We appreciate that.
Um, yeah. What were we talking about? I kind of got distracted.
Holland Reed in season
All
7 is
right,
he? Is
Howland
he?
Reed. I do not think that that is Howland Reed coming into the hall. What I have somebody asked me earlier also. Do you think that it might be Arya? I don't think it'll be Arya because I think that he is going to miss Arya by a hair. The same with Bran. So I don't know. I just don't think that John's gonna meet them this season. But I don't know. It could be. I don't know.
If Howland is in the show, it's going to be a huge event. He's like a Yoda type character, man. He knows a lot of information. So if he's going to be in the show, it's going to be huge. It won't be like in a scene like that. And that early on in the season, that would change the course of the whole season if Howland was there because he can just straight up tell John about his parentage. So, yeah,
I didn't
I don't
notice.
think.
I didn't notice or pick up who subscribed there. Thanks for subscribing again. But yeah, I just don't see him coming in, man. It's just like so much.
Actually, I'm going to stop right here. Everybody who is here in the chat, how many people do we still have here? 60 some?
I don't
I
know.
think I think the highest we hit today was like 67. There's still 60 people watching. We got 53 likes, got a couple hundred views. Come on, guys. Ray deserves way more subs than he has. Let's start up the hype for season 7. Everybody go smash that like button and subscribe to Ray's channel.
Yeah, listen to Kyle. What Kyle said. No, but yeah. What's the next question? Let's knock some of these more down.
Yeah, we gotta knock like 5 more here.
All right.
Will we see Kinvara or Quaith or the Faceless Men again? Faceless Men, yeah, 100%. I think Jaqen was rumored to be filming or Tom Walichka was rumored to be filming in season 7. And Kinvara, I don't know. I don't think we'll see Quaith again. Quaithy, however you want to pronounce it. She did warn Jorah not to go to the Doom, though. It would be cool if we saw her. She has a cool mask.
I mean, I think no to the Faceless Men. I don't see what purpose they would give to the story
Yeah.
at this point because Arya's already out of there. Unless that's what they originally wanted to get Arya out of there. Or let's see, what else? You said Quaith.
Well, yeah, we're gonna see the Iron Bank again for sure,
I
and
I think the Iron
Cersei
Bank
has a
will.
tremendous amount of debt to they owe a tremendous amount of debt to the Iron Bank, and Tywin specifically told her not to piss them off. So Tycho Nestoris is in like 3 or 4 episodes in the next 2 seasons, so it's possible that the Faceless Men are linked to them.
That could also be the case because we know that they come both from like slavers and stuff, and for all we know, it could be like an order of them, or whatever. But and they both in Bravos, so But I don't know, man. I just don't see the Faceless Men coming back. But I would like to see the Iron Bank.
Yeah, we're for sure going to see the Iron Bank in this season, man. It's going to happen 1,000%. I mean, first season debt, and who does the Iron Bank want to back? Right, the Tyrells are gone, and Mace Tyrell had all sorts of they had all sorts of interactions right in Bravos. So, Rayz, I'm not a moderator, so I'm trying to put my link in the chat and it won't let me do it. But
All right, wait.
guys, it's all good.
No, let me see.
Marie, make me a moderator, and so I can put it in the chat. It's not huge.
No, yeah, you could put it. Make him a moderator, Marie, please. And your link is also in the description box.
Oh, okay, so it's already in the description. Somebody was asking for it.
Yeah, it's in the description down below. So you guys should definitely follow Kyle. Like Kyle, Kyle has come up with some like deep shit. He sends me sometimes the scripts, and I'm like, bro, you're going in this shit. Like, yo, you're going deep.
Well, you know what? I read a book about it's called intercontextual analysis, and I've been just like reading on like how to achieve that. And I've been like reading the Bible and shit, man. Like there's so many similarities. I'm like, yo, like, and George has been influenced by so many, like 5,000 years of history. We go back. He's been inspired by that. But yeah, lots of chicken nuggets.
Timo says that I'm stingy with the moderators.
Fuck you, Timo. After all this time, oh my god, Timo's my nurse and she won't even do it. That's rough.
No, I mean, I have been. It might seem like stingy, but the thing is that I, for some reason, didn't know up till recently. Like I think like 2 weeks ago or a week ago was that I actually put a few people as moderators. So
I have 16 moderators on my channel.
Who knew 16? Damn.
Well, we got a lot of trolls on my channel too.
Yeah.
So
What you call it? Stick by Timo. I'm gonna put you as a moderator. I gotta put Kyle too. So yeah, we gotta make that happen because that's.
So you think we see the Faceless Men, Quaithe or Kinvara again? I don't know. I don't think we see
Quaithe, but Quaithe would make sense for Jorah because she did bring up the whole Ashai thing with the tattoos or whatever. So
yeah.
That would be interesting to see if Jorah went there. But I don't think we will see her. And then you have Kinvara. I think that Jorah's arm looks burned. Maybe Kinvara.
Yeah, I think he's getting the red priest treatment like Victarion. He has to be, right?
Yeah, like I think maybe Kinvara. I don't know. Maybe she did it for him. You know, he's a servant of the prince that was promised, or the one that was promised. How she called it. So I could definitely see that or her appearing again.
Will we see like the Shadow Tower or any of the castles by the wall if the wall falls next season? I'm not sure about that. Probably not. Sorry, I'm trying to get to as many of these questions as possible. There are some I had them all written down in my email. Okay, Q&A. Will Gurm the Worm make a cameo as Hot Pie in a flash forward? That's a funny one, but no, he will not.
Oh, of course he will. Of course he will. Kyle's just a hater. Yeah, he will.
I'm a hater. Yeah. GRM needs to be in some sort of cameo. We got some more questions here. I'm gonna try to.
The original pilot, though, right?
Yeah, he was.
And they had to remove him.
Q&A: does Sansa take control of the dead fort? She is technically the last Bolton, or give it to someone else. Yeah, I think that's going to go to Tormund or someone like that. I think that Jon and Sansa will have disagreements next season. Absolutely. In that scene we see in the trailer, they're going to be like talking about how to distribute all the lands and stuff like that. Because I think Tormund's kind of earned his keep. You know what I mean? So they will be, and Jon's going to want to solidify the North, as he is going to be continuing as King of the North. So him doing matters of ruling and stuff like that, he's going to have to establish that he's putting his foot down, and because people did elect him and he is a bastard, so some people aren't going to agree with that, and he's going to have to put his foot down and show people what's up.
Yeah, I agree with that. I tend to agree with that. I think that for the most part, Tormund earned it. You know, I do think that Sansa will not like it because but I don't think that Sansa wants anything to do with the Boltons. Anything. Like, she
may burn the castle. Like, I don't think she'll burn the castle down because that would be naive of her, because that's an actual stronghold that they can use. But like that kind of, she hates them that much.
Ramsay slept in that shit. You think she's gonna sleep in that bitch?
But we're pretty much in agreement on that one. I think we can move on to the next question. This is a tinfoily one. Davos plunges the heart plunges something into the heart of his wife and pulls out Lightbringer. Davos is Azor High. No, I don't think that, but I did speak about how Davos is the salt part of the prophecy in Azor High earlier in my video today. If you cut an onion, you get tears, and I don't know. I go into tinfoil, but yeah, I'm not in. I'm
That's
not
interesting.
all over that
I
one.
did not know that. I'll probably check that video out right now after we finish. Yeah, because you uploaded it right
I,
before we started, right?
Yeah, I think multiple people fulfill the Azor High prophecy though. Like they're experiencing similar type of events, like Sandor, Davos, Theon. Geez, how many more? Like Samwell experiences certain things. Like they're not Azor High though. It has to be born of Rayella and Aerys's line. They have to be Targaryen. So.
I mean, I think that Jon Snow is Lightbringer. I think that Lyanna was Nisa Nisa, and I think that Rhaegar is Azor High. That's how I see it. I have a video that I was gonna make on it. I still have to get some of the kinks out on it, but hopefully you guys check it out.
You know what's cool too is if Jon is Lightbringer, then he can be kind of like a George Washington, where in the end he doesn't want to take the throne, and like democratically people were like, yeah, we want you as your king, as our king, and in the end that's like kind of like one of the last things we see is Jon. Well, not an Iron Throne, but he would rule from the north, and because Lightbringer can metaphorically, yeah, it's viewed as a sword, and some people were like, no, it's a Drogon, no, it's not. But he's actually bringing the light of the situation of the problem to the forefront. Like he's actually Lightbringer. He's actually like,
everybody, yo, this is happening.
Yeah.
This is a situation. We need to come together, and it brings everyone together, and it pushes back the darkness. So.
Yeah, because we see how many people are disagreeing on religion and politics and matters of ruling. He doesn't care about any of that, right? And he's had the right way of growing up as a bastard. It's all foreshadowing chapter 13 when him and Tyrion talk about it, man. Hard truths. That's what Game of Thrones is. Hard truths, man. And Jon Snow has been all about. Like, he's experienced more than most. So yeah, I think that Jon Snow could be Lightbringer, absolutely. Let's take two more questions, Ray, and then I have to go out. I have to head out. My friend's having a birthday party tonight, and I'm actually already late.
Yo, send me some cake. I love cake.
Oh, dude, I wish I could have some too.
My.
Do we have any more questions, guys? I'm sure we can get a couple more in. How many people do we still have in the chat? Well, actually, let's show some people out in the chat. We have Phil H, Timo 30. We have Game of Theories with Marie, Sam Silva. We have Carrie, who's actually a patron of mine. Thanks for coming. Kelly. Who else do we have in here, Rayz? You want to shout some people out here?
Yeah, shout out to Game of Theories with Marie. Check her channel out. She has an awesome channel. She has awesome theories and videos. You should definitely check her out.
Random Joe. Yeah, Random Joe's cool.
I can't see the names because if I move the screen, I move.
Oh, okay, so you can't see them. I'll shout them all out. We have the ones through David Adams. We have Jacob Morris who actually just pieced out just a little bit ago. Carrie. We have Riddle of Seats. We have Barry Tiwatu. What's up, Barry?
Julie. I always forget her last name. Shout out to Julie.
Yeah, Julie Issinger. Yeah, it's the Issinger. Yeah. We have Sam Flanagan, Bernie
Eli.
Roosevelt. We have Eli, Jose Ariel Castillo Alardo, Idia Niaz. We have, Niles. Sorry, I might have mispronounced that. Herb Coswell. Colin McGregor is showing up a little bit late. We have we can scroll up a little bit more.
Roosevelt.
I'm trying to go.
Shout out to Bernie Roosevelt in the chat. He was one of the first ones to tell me about the dagger in the.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, like him and Big E, they wrote.
Oh, Big E's cool. I like Big E.
Yeah, Big E. I think he's Dominican. Fellow Dominican.
Sweet. We have Bernino. He wanted to link to my channel. That's Thrones VOL. Oh yeah, Thrones VOL is an OG in the community. Luckman Supani. Yeah, super fun. Let's scroll up. Let's get some more people. I think we got Julie Rinninger. Yeah, she's subscribed on my channel too. She's cool. She's always hyping the comment section.
Awesome.